Hey guys, welcome to this video, and I have a very huge announcement today. As some of you may know, I have been creating content for quite some time now about personal development. I have been talking about personal development with my podcast. I have been doing live events, I have been doing workshops, seminars, talks all around the Philippines in just teaching personal development. And it's been something that I have been pouring my heart into for the past 5 years now when I started back in 2018. But I don't think that a lot of people actually know the story, how it all started for me. So, as some of you may know, my personal development journey, just like with a lot of you guys out there, really started with a heartbreak. And when I experienced a heartbreak, it was one of my lowest points in my life. I was a young kid. I didn't know what to do, what to expect with the world. I didn't know how to cope up with anxiety, with my worries, with my fears and my doubts. And it just came to a point that it was all dark for me. Like life was really black and white. Coincidentally, it was also the time that I got introduced to personal development. So there was one day that I was living with my friend that I saw a book lying on the ground. And after I picked up the book, I said, hey, what's this? And he said, you know what? I don't read that. If you want to read it, go ahead, just read it. And so I read it for the first time. I read a book. I don't usually read books. I read a book and it changed my life. It's not because of the contents of the book, but because of how much value you can actually get from a book. How much knowledge, how much insights, how much wisdom is actually there within the few pages of a book. And so that opened my mind into realizing that there's so many things to learn outside of our schools and our classrooms. And so I became obsessed with personal development. I became obsessed with the classics: Think and Grow Rich, The Richest Man in Babylon, Napoleon Hill stuff, Dale Carnegie stuff, leadership, management, business, all of those things. And up until now, I read a lot of books. I read on a daily basis, and books have become my best friend, and books have become my first mentors as well. And so in my journey in personal development, I have been reaching a lot of success with my podcast, with my videos, with my coaching, with my events as well. And a lot of you guys are actually asking, what's the next thing? What's the next step? What's next for Alec Cuenca? And so for me, the obvious answer was really writing a book. But maybe, I always tell this to the people who ask me that, I always tell them I'm not ready. And for a good reason. Maraming tao nagtatanong why I haven't written a book yet. Well, it's because I just don't feel like it's time to write a book yet. I don't feel like I'm good enough to write a book yet. And I have been trying to write the book. I have been writing all of my thoughts for the past couple of years and trying to compile them into something that can help people across the world. But there's always that voice that tells me, nah, you can't. You're not capable of doing that. Why you, right? Bakit ikaw? And then something changed in me. I attended this program in IM Plus. It's a 66 habit changing program. And then I kind of got my answer from there na if, other people are doing it that are probably less intelligent, less competent than me, but they're actually seeing a lot of success in creating a book, publishing a book, then I shifted myself to asking not why me, but I started asking myself, why not me? And so I wanted to push myself to a greater purpose. And that is why I'm announcing to the world for the very first time that I have released my first ever book called Your Best Year Ever. Everything that I have learned in personal development, I put it here. From the beliefs and the reminders that I started with myself, from me gaining awareness, taking responsibility, creating better choices, whether it's with my mindset, whether it's with my language, whether it's with my values, or whether it's with my habits, everything that I know, I put it all here. And so my hope is that anyone who sees this video gets their time to check out the book, because I know for a fact that if someone had written something like this before, it would have probably saved me a lot of tears, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain, unnecessary pain. And that is one of my biggest wish today, that with this book, hopefully people start to heal, people start to understand the importance of personal development, and people start to discover for themselves how they could live their best year ever. So everything that I have learned to living my best year ever, I put it here. And so I hope that people who see this video, if you're watching this up until this point, I hope that you go check this out. And my heart goes to everyone who really supports me in this new venture. I'm gonna write a lot of books, but this one is definitely something that I will never forget because this is the first one. And so if you go and click on the link below and you order the book, I am gonna give you a special gift, a special bonus. You'll also get the PDF version of the book so you can read it kahit hindi mo pa siya natatanggapin. So I hope that you check it out right now. I only printed a few copies, so make sure that if you're interested in getting yourself one, or maybe gifting a friend, a family member, someone that you know who could use personal development to get to their next level, I would highly, highly appreciate it. So this is gonna be amazing. I'm super excited to share you this book, and I'm super excited that you come and join me in this next chapter of mine. Thank you so much, and I hope that you check this out.